Thank you very much, Pilar. Ladies and gentlemen, EIF members and honourable members of the European Parliament, good morning. It is a pleasure to be here today. As Pilar mentioned, my name is Fiona Fanning. I am European Affairs Manager at ECDL Foundation. ECDL is the certifying authority of the leading international skills certification program, ECDL. We are a not-for-profit organisation, and we do what we do because we believe that ICT can empower people, can empower organisations, and can empower society. And we think the best way to do this is through the development, promotion and delivery of certification programs, which we do throughout the world. We're also a member of the European E-Skills Association, a founding member of the E-Skills Association, and ESA is represented here today. So I would like to make 2 points this morning and pose one question. The 2 points I would like to make are on the urgent need for digital skills and the huge and growing cost of digital ignorance in Europe. The second point I would like to make is on the digital imperative at the national level. Why we need to build the business case with member states so that they understand the importance of skills and the ongoing need for priority, dedicated funding to ensure implementation. The third point is really, it's a question. It's about looking to the future and to the post-digital agenda world and asking, are we doing enough? So on my first point, the urgent need for digital skills, I guess that everybody here today is probably going to agree that we need digital literacy, that we need skills for employability. We all know this, I think, but I believe that the extent to which digital literacy can and is impacting Europe's future has yet to be recognised. The cost of the lack of digital skills and e-competence to e-commerce, to e-government and on productivity in companies is only anecdotally known. But what we do know is nonetheless shocking. In 2011, there was an industry study across 44 companies and in a number of sectors that calculated the productivity cost of digital ignorance to be €2,667 per employee per year. Now, this is not empirical data, but it is nonetheless a guide. Another more recent study from the Netherlands that was published earlier this year gives a productivity loss in total of 19.3 billion per year. 19.3 billion. And that is one country alone. One country. And these are shocking figures. The lack of digital literacy and the lack of employability skills in Europe is costing us billions per year. Combine this with the lack of skills for those who will be entering the workforce in the future, the so-called digital natives, the generation that we believe are born with a device in their hand and the innate knowledge and skills to use technology effectively. But we're already starting to see that the concept of the digital native is in fact a myth. That youth do have a high degree of confidence when it comes to the use of devices, and they can use social media and they can tweet and they can yammer and all the rest of it. But research shows that they do not have the skills for employability, the skills that companies need. The next generation of workers is not the magic solution to our skills deficit. Their degree of skills for employability will represent not a solution but another cost to the European economy. Those figures that I just mentioned, they're likely to increase in the future. On a quick side note, I noticed that you all have the E-Skills Manifesto in front of you. This is a publication that was issued in support of European E-Skills Week. This is a very interesting document, and I think in it you'll also find that it clearly underlines the same message that I'm giving here today, the need to generate greater digital capacity in Europe. So please do take a look at that. My second point, the digital imperative at the national level. There has been a lot of very good work done in EU 2020 and in the digital agenda, in particular by providing the priority that it did to digital skills. We as an organisation support this. We have been working very hard with member states to deliver the digital agenda, especially with regard to national level policies on digital literacy and skills. And member states are creating these digital literacy policies at, let's say, different paces, and that's being kind. Some are not doing it at all. And I believe that the reason for this is that the business case for digital skills, the imperative for digital skills and the domino effect on the economy is not adequately known by national decision makers. In the current crisis, everybody agrees that ICT skills matter in theory, but When juggling priorities at a national level, digital literacy falls way down the list. The European social funds are so important for this. Having ring-fenced funding dedicated and allocated to digital skills is key to keeping them on the policy agenda. Including digital skills in the current ESF programming is also the right step. What we really need is to allocate skills as a dedicated funding priority for the national level. So making the business case known, showing the return on investment in skills, and dedicating priority funding to digital skills is key to keeping it on the priority, keeping it as an imperative on the national policy agendas. Finally, my last point, it is really a question. It's about looking to the future and challenging our limits. And I say this in the spirit of provoking a debate. This is a debate here this morning. We're at the time when we're considering the midterm review of the digital agenda. So we're looking at what we've done already and we're looking at what's going to come next. And an awful lot of progress has been made. There has been a lot of work within the institutions at the national level, also within my own organisation. But I think we also need to ask ourselves what's going to happen now. We're doing a lot, but is it enough? Has the digital agenda in its targets, ambitious as they may be, has it gone far enough? Should we achieve all of the maximum targets in the digital agenda, we will still be left with 25% of the population without basic skills, without the skills to even use the internet. 50% of the workforce currently don't even feel like they have the skills for employability. So I leave you with the question, are we aiming high enough to create a truly digital Europe? Thank you.